How's it going, everybody? Dustin here, Faithful Family Farms YouTube channel. We've got the John Deere Z920M mower out today, and it is due for some much needed service. It's we're running a little behind. I was hoping to get it done after the winter, before spring, before we started mowing, but it didn't work out that way. So we got some new blades and filters, and we're gonna get this thing serviced and get ready for another season of mowing. But we're gonna get the pressure washer out first and give it a bath. That way we can inspect it and see if we got any damage that needs replaced. So we're going to spray it down with purple powder, see if we can get this thing cleaned up. Alright, we got the lawnmower washed. One thing about washing a lawnmower is you gotta take your time, because you're gonna blow it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, till you finally get it all off there. But we got it clean enough for us to work on and inspect, check all the bearings. So we're gonna let it dry for a minute, then start changing oil. So we got all our parts laid out. I just went down to the local John Deere dealership. We've got our outer air filter, our inner air filter, 2 quarts of Turf Guard 10W30, oil filter, and inline fuel filter. It's a pretty simple job. The only tools we're going to need is a flat tip screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a filter wrench, and of course a drain pan and some rags. So we're going to, I've let the mower run a little bit so the wool will be a little thinner and warmer to drain. So that ought to help speed things up a little bit. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but John Deere has made this really simple. They've got a little valve that you just use a screwdriver, a flat tip screwdriver, and loosen it off, and let your roll come out. Just like that. It is slow, but it does work. Here's our oil filter. We're going to go ahead and take it off, and that'll help speed up the draining. There's the old filter. So we'll let that drain for a minute, and we'll put all the new in. Okay, so we got the oil drained out of it. Got the valve tightened back up. So we're gonna take the new filter, take a little bit of oil and put around the O-ring to keep it from sticking when we go to take it back off. We're gonna tighten this up to snug. Which is right there, then about another quarter turn. And that's plenty. You don't want to over tighten your oil filter, then it becomes a big pain to get off. So, all right, there's the oil filter. Okay, so we're going to change the air filters. Air filter is definitely dirty. Yeah, a little dirty. We put a lot of hours on our mowers. So we got our new inner air filter. We'll put it on. New outer air filter. And you can feel them rest into place. So we got our cap, and it says top on it for a reason. That's so you can have your valve, your drain on the bottom. That's to drain big debris, water, whatever. All right, air filters are changed. So here's our fuel filter. It's got a tension clamp on each side. So you need a pair of pliers to squeeze those tangs together. And just work it back and forth and move it up the hose a little bit. Then just work the hose off the filter. Sometimes they can get stuck on there. There's one end off. These are definitely stuck. Alright, we got it. Definitely see it's discolored. Definitely need it changed. So on your fuel filter, it'll have an arrow. Right here's an arrow, meaning it's pointing this way, so it wants the fuel to go through here. So this end is coming from our tank, so it'll go there, and this end is going to the pump, so fuel can go through the filter. And just put your clamps back on. All right, fuel filter's changed. All right, well, we'll grab a funnel and we can put oil in it, and the service part of this will be done. So this particular model holds exactly 2 quarts of engine oil, so makes it real easy where you can get try and measure out a weird number. Put this in here and double check the level. Perfect. If you read on the dipstick, and most small engines are like this and people don't realize it, for the correct oil level to be read on the dipstick, you don't thread the cap back on. You just sit it on top of the threads like that, because if you screw it in and then take the level, see, look how much higher it is. It was right here at the F, because I haven't started it yet and filled the filter, but now it's all the way up to here. So if you would have filled it just going off this, you wouldn't have had near enough oil in it. Just something to remember when you're working on one of these small engines. So that's the engine service part of it. We're going to get the grease gun out, grease all the fittings, and check. I'm gonna pull the drive belt off and check the deck bearings, see if we got anything going on there that we need to address. So we're gonna start by pulling the deck belt off. So to take the deck belt off, you will need a 1/2-inch ratchet. There's a 1/2-inch square hole on top of the belt tensioner to release the tension off the belt. Alright, now we're just going to spin each and check for play. On each spindle that has a blade on it. Should be like this one right here. So we'll back that belt off a little bit. Just take it off. And you'll spin it, and you can definitely tell the difference if the bearing's out. That one feels good. You want to fill each idler too. That one's starting to get a little play, but I think it'll run a while longer. That one feels good. So we'll check that last spindle. Sounds good. So we'll put the belt back on. Well, we're going to check the belt. You need to check the belt for any dry rot, tears, cuts, anything good on a normal belt. And right off the bat, I didn't notice this, but that belt is about to break. Right there. Look at that. I don't even know how it's staying together really. So I need a new belt. Need a new belt, but the bearings are good. So that's a plus. I'm gonna go ahead and put this belt back on for now. What you wanna do is just kind of walk around your mower. You spend more time on it than you probably realize, so you're gonna know everything. If you got a problem starting to, if you have a problem starting to come up, and like the anti-scalp wheels are bad, which are these wheels that roll on the ground. See, the bushings are bad on them, so I'm gonna get a socket and a ratchet, pull one of them off and see what's inside there. There's the bushing. The bushings worn out, the wheels worn out, and bolts weren't. The bolts worn out, bushings worn out, and the wheels worn out. So, well, the parts list keeps growing. We're up to belt, 4 anti-scalp wheels, bearings, bolts, and I know I need a new set of blades. So definitely look at a couple $100 more worth of maintenance items, but it's part of it. Well, we got it serviced. I'm gonna wait and grease it when I get the parts to do the rest of it. But as you can see, it's a very simple project. If we were just servicing the machine, it might take you 30 minutes if you're taking your time. And something John Deere is going to charge you $100 to do, or any other mower shop. And it's anybody can do it with very simple hand tools. So, well, it's been a day or two, and John Deere finally got all our parts in. We got a new set of blades, new deck belt, new anti-scalp wheels, the bushings that go inside the wheel right here, and some new bolts. So we're going to start out with the anti-scalp wheels, get those changed with the new bushings and bolts, and go from there. So it's really simple. The little bushing goes in the center of the wheel. And we'll tighten the nut up. And that's it. So we got 3 more of those to do. It's pretty simple. If you see, there's different holes you can put, and that will set the how low your deck will ride on the ground. We got ours running in the middle, and we're gonna leave them there. So now we're going to change the deck belt, and just like we loosened it off the other day, got to lower the deck back down. There's the old one. So remember, we're changing it because of that brake right there. So the new one, we've got our little diagram right there that shows how to route it, and we'll just follow the directions and put it on. Okay, well that was the belt. There's not a whole lot to see on that belt. As long as you follow your diagram, take your time routing it. Sometimes just the littlest thing can have you way off on the belt. So, but it's simple, just like the rest of the stuff. So we've got everything done except for the blades and greasing the bearings. So we're gonna get the little tractor, pick the front end up, and change the belt blade. Okay, well, got the tractor here, a 3025E. Got the front end of the mower picked up. So definitely want to use the jack stand, block of wood, something to hold the mower up in case the hydraulics fail. You need something to catch it, to keep it from falling on you. I've been a mechanic almost 20 years, and I've seen plenty of jacks fail, whether it be heavy equipment, tractors, vehicles. It's kind of a scary feeling, so you don't want it to you don't want to be underneath it without some kind of protection for yourself. So we're going to get the blades and get them changed out. So the real question becomes, how are we cutting grass with blades like that? Definitely we were doing more grass whacking than we were cutting. They were horrible, but we probably do that to two sets of blades a year. At least 2 sets a year, just mowing the pumpkin patch. And of course, we've got 40 acres total, but we don't mow all of it, but we mow a bunch of it. So we go through blades, and you can't even sharpen nothing like that. It's not even safe at this point. They're coming apart. So we just buy a new set and move on about our business. So we got the blades changed, we got the belt changed, scalp wheels. All we gotta do now is let it down and grease it, and this is done. Okay, we're gonna lower that deck set back down so we can get to all the zerts. Okay, so we're going to grease these deck bearings. There's only one grease zert for each set of blades. So the deal with grease that people don't understand is, as bad as not greasing is, which is horrible, over greasing is almost just as bad. Because when you over grease, you blow the seals out, grease gets everywhere, attracts dirt, dirt gets in the bearings, eats the bearings up. So just give it, as long as you keep up with it, just give everything a few pumps and go on to the next one. So we've got the deck greased. Now we just got to hit the front wheels and spindles, and that's it. Pretty simple. All right, we've got the engine serviced, we got the belts on, the blades on, the anti-scalp wheels on, got it greased, and it's done. So all in all, this project may have taken an hour and a half, and it's all simple, very simple stuff, and this is just your routine maintenance on a mower. I know John Deere charges close to $100 for labor to just service one, so you add everything else we did and that'd be another $100 to $200, so you're talking $200 to $300 in labor to do what we did, and at the most an hour and a half that anyone can do at home with simple hand tools. I know I use some cordless stuff, and that's just because I got it, but you don't have to have that stuff. You don't have to have a tractor to lift the mower up. You can use the jack for your spare tire or farm jack, anything. And it's a very simple project. You just got to be safe and get the right parts, and it's easy. The video asks that you hit the like button and subscribe, and we're gonna go test the mower out.